Have you ever stopped to think about your phone, or your car, or even your coffee maker, and how it was actually made? There's this hidden world behind all of it, a world of advanced manufacturing that's going through a huge change right now.
It's a great question, right? And the answer is way more incredible than you might think. Because behind the scenes, the factories that build our world, well, they're getting smarter, faster, and more intelligent in ways that honestly sound like something out of science fiction.
And look, this isn't just about making things a little bit quicker. We're talking about a massive shift in how machines think, see, and work together. To really understand this quiet revolution, we're going to go deep inside one company that is right at the heart of all of it. So, we're going to zoom in on ING Global. They're a South Korean company, and they've basically become a key architect of what we call the modern smart factory. By getting to know their story, we can pretty much decode the future of manufacturing itself. This motto, it's the perfect snapshot of their DNA: trust, technology, and challenge. They build trust with industrial giants. They push technology to its absolute limits. And man, do they take on some incredible challenges. It's this exact philosophy that took them from a tiny startup to a global player. So, how did they even get started? Well, every smart factory, before all the fancy software and AI, needs a really strong physical foundation. You have to master the heavy, powerful hardware that does the real work. And that's exactly where ING Global began. ING Global didn't just appear out of thin air. You can see their journeys started with a web portal way back in 2001. But they pivoted hard into hardware and had a massive breakthrough in 2004. From that point on, it was just liftoff. They became a corporation, opened new facilities, and started taking their skills global, working with giants like Hyundai.
Okay, so that 2004 breakthrough, the 10-axis servo transfer, it sounds super complicated, but here's an easy way to think about it. Imagine a set of incredibly strong, unbelievably precise robotic arms. Their one job is to move these huge, red-hot sheets of metal inside a giant press. For the auto industry, this was a complete game changer.
And hey, the proof is in the numbers. Selling over 120 of these incredibly complex systems tells you this was no fluke. It means they created something the industry was desperate for, something reliable. And it really cemented their reputation as leaders in heavy-duty automation. But here's the thing, all that muscle is nothing without a brain. ING Global knew the future wasn't just about strong robots. It was about the intelligent software that connects and controls everything. They basically set out to build the factory's central nervous system. And you can see this clear, deliberate evolution here. They started by building out a whole suite of different software programs. Then they integrated it all into one big platform called EPCS. But this final step, this is the crucial one. They infused that platform with AI so it could actually start to predict problems before they even happen. Now that is the leap from just being an automated factory to being an intelligent one. So we've got the muscle and we've got the brain. What's next? You give the machines a sense of sight. And this is where things get really revolutionary. Adding 3D vision is like flipping a switch that turns a rigid, dumb machine into an adaptable partner. I mean, the difference is just night and day. A traditional robot is basically blind. If a part is just 1 millimeter out of place, the whole production line can just grind to a halt. But a robot with 3D vision, it can see, it can identify, it can adapt to parts that are all jumbled up or not perfectly placed. For the first time, this makes automation truly flexible. A perfect way to understand this is something called bin picking. So just imagine a big bin, totally full of bolts or brackets all tangled together. For a person, it's easy, right? You just reach in and grab one. For a traditional robot, that's impossible. But with 3D vision, a robot can now look into that mess, identify the exact part it needs, and pick it up. This single ability, it unlocks automation for countless tasks that were just too chaotic for machines before. So, what happens when you take the powerful hardware, the intelligent software brain, and this new sense of sight, and you combine all three? Well, you get the ability to create total end-to-end smart factory solutions, and you can tackle projects on a scale that is just unbelievable. To get a sense of that scale, look at this number, 6,500 tons. That is the size of a single press line that they automated for a major Chinese automaker. We are talking about machines that are absolutely monumental. And the automation system to control a beast like that, over 1.3 million US dollars. So yeah, this isn't just swapping out a few machines. It's about re-engineering a massive, unbelievably complex industrial process from the ground up. This level of expertise is exactly why the biggest names in the industry trust them. When companies like Hyundai need to automate their car assembly lines or their heavy industry divisions, they turn to ING Global. I mean, this client list is the ultimate vote of confidence. It proves their solutions work under the most demanding conditions imaginable. Okay, we've seen the giant robots, we've seen the complex software, but so what? Why does any of this matter to you and me? What is the real takeaway from this revolution that's happening just out of sight?
I think this is the most important part, the smart in Smart Factory. It isn't just about speed, it's about intelligence. It's the ability for an entire system to see its environment, to adapt to chaos, and to even predict problems in the future. And that is what's making the creation of everything around us more efficient, more reliable, and more innovative.
And that leaves us with a final thought. We've seen how these robots can now deal with messy, jumbled piles of industrial parts. So think about your own life for a second. What's that messy, everyday task? Tidying a room, sorting laundry, organizing your desk. What do you wish a robot with eyes like that could finally handle for you? Because that technology, it's a lot closer than you might think.